should come from SPL is already in the club banks. For sure, there is. I mean, when somebody talk about lack of resources, and even I read an interview with my colleague, my ex-colleague Khalil Zayani, in the newspaper, and he was talking aggressively about not receiving all the money, and he blaming SPL. While it's actually, when you talk about TV revenue, which I mean, for all the clubs in all the world, it's the main source of money, right, and concern at least 60%, sometimes even more, of the income of any club. The TV rights, I mean, it's not belong to SPL, as the King Abdullah gave the rights to Saudi TV and asked Ministry of Finance or to organize the money, and there were direct order that 150 million riyal should come to the clubs per season, plus whatever Saudi sport channel do in marketing, selling the highlights or advertisement or sponsorship, it all should go to clubs. That has nothing to do with SPL, has nothing to do with even the FA, the Saudi Football Federation. It has to do with government ministries, the two ministries that should I mean, fulfill the king order and hand in this money to the clubs. Why this 150 million riyal is not yet being distributed among the club, I have no idea. Why the money from marketing the league through the Saudi sport channel is not being to the clubs, also that's out of our what we saw authorities, or out of our hand. The other thing also, there is money should come to the clubs, we call it professionalism allowances. 1.5 million per season should come to clubs in the Premier League. 750,000 should go to the clubs in the first division, and that comes directly from Ministry of Finance. And that money also is being delayed for a reason that I don't know why. I mean, this, you are talking about maybe 20 million per club that will solve all their problem. As didn't come, and it has nothing to do with SPL. When it comes to SPL, we give the clubs 50,000 riyal per win. Every club win any game will get 50,000. We give the clubs 150,000 from Emirate sponsorship. We give them almost the same from Toyota sponsorship. We also spend money on the what you call it, the lawyer of the club. Spend money on other things for I mean training. We spend money for referees. We do things, and also enhancing the stadiums, like you saw the, what you call it, media center in the stadium is built by SPL. Talk about organizing the league itself. Talking about we spend money on KPMG, which is the company that organized the financial status of the club. We spend money on Khaliji Invest, which also organized the hierarchy chart and managerial affairs of the clubs, and we go on with that. So every 5 rounds, we give the club all the money that's the rights of the club. So we'll give them part of Emirate and Toyota. We give them, if they win, like let's say that in 5 rounds the club won 5 games, we give them $250,000 for their winning, and so on. I think, if I'm not mistaken, one of the club that come from first division to the Premier League, we also give that club 1 million riyal. I think one of the club did not receive all the 1 million. I think they received half of it, and the rest they're going to receive it soon. I am not 100% sure because I mean that information should be updated. I wasn't expecting this question, so otherwise I will ask whether. But other clubs, whatever money on SPL account that should go to the club receive it. But Going back to your first question, people, even in the clubs, some of them confuse between what is SPL, what is football, Saudi Football Federation, and what is not
the
the Ministry of Finance and
right.
others.
Welcome back once again to our program Stadium. If you just join us, we are hosting Dr. حافظ المدلج, the chairman of the Marketing Asian Football Confederation, and also from Jeddah we are so happy to have with us Dr. Mohammed Suleiman. He's a sport analyst and also former board member of Al-Ittihad. Back again to you, Doctor. Also you mentioned something about you are actually trying to fulfill some requirement from the Asian Confederation, and you actually succeeded in so many of those things, those standards or regulations that you need to fulfill. Can you also shed some light on the SPL accomplishments since it started? People would not, SPL, it's in Weser, it's always in Weser, it's always in Medley, and that's all they know about the SPL. They do not actually feel the accomplishment of your committee. So if you would also try to shed some light on that side.
Well, actually, I mean, it's difficult to talk about yourself or your organization. We'd like to, hear people talk about it, but if our main purpose is to help Saudi clubs to participate in AFC, I think we succeeded. So we have now
that one task.
Yeah, that one task is gone.
Accomplished.
And also, if you go back 5 years ago, after the game, you will find everybody entering the field with microphone, and president or chairman of the clubs will be talking about referees and about media, and that will always create a chaos. Now we have organized the media to flash interview, mixed interview, and press conference. We do it the FIFA way or the European way, which is, I think, a great accomplishment. Also, now some of the clubs are adapting the idea of SPL, where we talk about, for example, merchandising. We had our SPL merchandising. Now Al-Hilal has their merchandising, Al-Ittihad and Nasr in the way. So we are setting an example to the clubs to invest. Also, when you talk about sponsorship, we have 4 clubs or 5 clubs have one sponsor. 9 clubs or more, they don't have any sponsors. SPL has 4 sponsors. 1 main sponsor, which is Zain, 3 co-sponsor, Emirates, MasterCard, and Toyota. On the way, we are going to sign a deal with Nike and with the water company, and maybe more. So we are setting also another example to show the clubs the way how to do sponsorship deals. Instead of having one sponsor buying the club from A to Z, you should have main sponsor and then other sponsors. We also organize the financial status of the club. Now every club has their budget. They can give you their, what you call it, financial center. Will they be capable to go in front of their fans or in front of their congress or whatever you call it, and then they show them numbers that done by a professional financial house of KPMG and also edited by Talal Abu Ghazala Group. And these things all was not here in Saudi football. True. Also, I'm watching Al-Ittihad in front of me now. For tens of years, Al-Ittihad always play with their stripe T-shirt. We introduced to the league the home kit, the away kit, and the third kit. Like in Europe, now you have clubs having their 3 different kits, which is important for marketing. You should sell all these jerseys and have different jerseys every year, and that's a big investment that we hope the clubs are doing it. Also, we have what you call it a match program, a magazine that is distributed in the stadium for free. We did this in order to tell the clubs that this publication should be also a money machine, that you could use it, do advertisement, you can sell it. I know that I've been attending, and maybe you did the same, attending so many games in Europe. Before you enter the game, you buy the match program, whether it's €5 or £5 or $10, you buy it, and that revenue goes to the club. So we are trying to adapt the best practice in the world, whether it's English or Spanish or Italian or American, and try to put it in front of clubs and say, please take this and do whatever you do. We are not in competition with the clubs. We are helping the clubs. We are working hand in hand in the same ship toward the same goal, that make the club more professional, make more money, and also attract more spectators. We lose half a seat in Asia for one reason, and one reason only, that we couldn't bring more viewers to, or spectators to the stadium. So the average number per game that was asked by AFC was 5,000. We were honest, or I may say too honest, to tell the AFC that our average was 4,204 spectator per game. If we had those 800 spectator more, and we tell the,
if you had that figure, that would
if we told the AFC that we have 5,000 plus, then we'll get 4 seats. But we choose not to lie. We choose to say the truth and the absolute truth, which sometimes the truth come back and bite you. And I think that's what happened.
Nothing with that, but you know, the sad things about it, when somebody's actually bluffing the federation, and they know that those guys is not honest about what they are saying, and they just take it as a granted. They take that information as something, you know, applicable, and they're gonna just.
Well, actually, now we are working hand in hand. We had last month a workshop with the clubs, how to attract more spectators, and we were speaking about al-ittifaq. Yasser al-Mishal, our colleague in AFC, he had a brilliant idea by bringing stand-up comedy between, in the halftime. I think his name is Mississippi. He will come and he will entertain the spectators in the stadium. So we are assuming that people will find something that is not on the TV. So if you are a fan of stand-up comedy, then you will say, I'll go watch the game in the stadium, half a laugh in halftime, and then go back home. But if you watch the game on TV, you can't see this activities in halftime.
Very interesting. Now, thank you very much. Back again to you, Doctor. You know, let me rephrase what Dr. Muhammad Sulaiman is saying. You mentioned something about requirements and tasks that you have to accomplish through the Premier League. Don't you think that also some of your tasks to educate our players about the right to professionalism, or how to become professional players in such a professional league?
Well, actually, first of all, I would like to compliment Engineer Al-Afalig, because I think what Al-Fath has accomplished is a great thing, and Al-Fath is one of the clubs that they always, in their cooperation with the SPL, they are at the high standard. They are the one who answer our needs very soon, and very
responding in the right way.
Responding the right way, and I am happy to see a club like that in this position. And also I compliment him in setting the priority of saying that our first priority is to stay in the league. Then now we are in a comfortable position to talk about the top 8. Then maybe if the league reach its final rounds, and then we find it possible to get to the 4th place, to get to Asia, then that will be a plus and great news. And I think this is the way every club should think this way, because I hear from some clubs that they come and they promise their followers that they're gonna get all the championships, and they're gonna get all the trophies, and they end up empty-handed most of the time, because they don't have the vision and the goals that is set the right way, like what Al-Fath is doing. Come back to your question. I don't think it's the responsibility of SPL. It's the responsibility of the professional committee, which is headed by Dr. Salih bin Nasser, because they are, the name of the committee is professional and players affair. So they are responsible for the players affairs, and we don't want to interfere with other committee jobs. But I'm glad to say that SPL raised the flag of education. So we have now 3 people who graduated from FIFA Master Program, and we have also expand our umbrella to any student studying outside Saudi Arabia in sport business or anything related to sport. So we have now at least 6 or 7 students in America and UK. They are studying their master, and one of them in his PhD. They're all going to come back and work in Saudi sport. So we are trying to do this. The other thing is that sometimes we push the envelope, go to the extra mile that they say, and we bring people to in a workshop. But unfortunately, the response of the club is not always as we expected. For example, we brought 2 years back Rick Barry. Rick Barry is the guy who found the Premier League. He became the CEO of the Premier League for 5 years in the beginning. He's done the work from scratch, and we brought him. And also he was the CEO of Liverpool Football Club for 8 years. So we brought this guy to educate our, let's say, club CEOs or general secretaries or even
the managerial level.
The managerial level. Unfortunately, no one comes. The people who come, I think 2 or 3 people, and I end up asking all the questions because we have to interact with the guest. And the following year, we brought AFC team that is related to media, investment, marketing, finance, competition. We brought the team of AFC to Saudi Arabia to meet with the clubs. They go and visit all the clubs. Then we make a final session where the clubs comes and do a workshop. From 14 clubs, 7 clubs comes, and 7 clubs did not come. So that depressing, and that make you disappointed. But that not saying that we are not going to try. We're going to try more and more until
don't give up on those guys, please. Mr. Hafez, we don't have that much time, but let me ask you about, is it about time to have your own media center? Because as Dr. Muhammad saying that you've been attacked or criticized by the media, and you from your side, Owen Waser, as the head of SPL, trying to justify so many things. Do you think, is it your duty to answer everything from the media? Or you think you should have your own media center actually to help you to actually fill that gap between you and the media?
Well, actually we have, our colleague Ahmed Al-Msaybih, he's head of media and PR department in SPL. But our way is not to defend every attack on the media, first of all. Second of all, I think attacking SPL, that means SPL is working, which is good. But we are a bunch of young people. We are trying to do what we, and Mohammed bin Nasser had a saying that is funny enough. We were talking about Al-Ittihad. The average age of SPL is younger than the average age of Al-Ittihad team, if you believe it or not.
Well, I have so many questions. Unfortunately, I could not ask you. I was going to ask you about the licensing and all these things, but unfortunately, I could not. Thank you very much, Dr. Hafez, for coming to the program. As usual, you are very supportive of the program, add values, and thank you very much.
Thanks.
And from my side, thank you very much to all of our people, directors, and the people behind the scene who made this program possible. Until we see you, inshallah, next week with other guests, take care and goodbye.